wondered how a service dog gets trained to go on an airplane? Well, the only way to do that is to take them on one. So join me and my service dog, Ruby, as we take her on her first flight. So before the flight, I was actually really anxious and really nervous just about how Ruby was going to do because she's never been on a flight before, and when she's in elevators, she gets kind of freaked out. She'll lay on the floor and kind of what's going on? She doesn't like it, and she hates escalators. She looks like Elf in that one scene of Elf where he spreads his legs. That's Ruby. So I was really nervous about how she was going to do on the flight because that's like a giant elevator, lots of shaking and turbulence, and especially the takeoff and landing. She doesn't know what's going on, and I can't explain it to her. And so I was up all night the night before, didn't get to sleep because I was like, my poor baby, how is she gonna act? But I wasn't nervous that she was gonna be bad because she's a really good dog. She knows what she's doing. So during the flight, we went on and lots of treats were involved. So she got positive reinforcement for acting good, and she was able to lay on the floor. I had basically the whole row because my sister was on the end seat and I was on the window seat, and we had the middle seat open, which I tried to have her lay in for part of the flight, and she had her head on my lap, and then she got kicked out. So that wasn't allowed because she was too big, I guess. So she had to go back onto the floor, but she did fine with that, and it was only a 2.5 hour flight. So, yeah, she didn't freak out too much. She was more curious than anything. The landing was what really freaked her out when we actually hit the ground. Oh, and then after the flight, as we were walking off the plane, the flight attendant, because I had told her, oh, this is my dog's first flight, and so she gave Ruby a little pair of wings that are usually meant for kids on their first flight, which is fine because Ruby is my kid, and she did amazing, so she deserved the wings.